Guys, I'm about to do a deck profile on Draco Demise. I took it to my locals and I got first place. I told everybody. I think my only loss, one loss to a lightsworn version. I still beat him 2-1, but he put up a good match. But I ended up beating him at the very end. Alright, so without further ado, I'll do my deck profile. It's a 40 card deck. I think Draco Demise is the best build to go. I know people that run the Wind Witch invoked Draco, but I think they're wrong. And I think this is the best build to go by. So, without further ado, let's begin. Alright, first of all, for the monsters, I run 8 monsters. I run 3 of the Dynamites. I think these guys are really crucial for the deck. Without this card, I think the deck will crumble, I believe. But these are a must-have in the deck. And for these guys, I opted to running only 2. I know a lot of builds run 3, especially when Trident was around, because you could just pop the True Draco, a continuous spell, and then summon this guy, bait out back row, and then Trident will try to pop this or whatever, and yeah, and you would get the effect. But I don't think it's as effective now that Zodiacs are pretty much gonna get hit regardless. So I think this card is good too. I run 2 masterpieces. I think masterpieces is essential in the deck. 1's not enough, 3's too much, and so on and so on. You know how it goes. This card might get hit, so I'm trying out builds with 1 now. So just see how that goes. I run 1 of these Majesty Maidens. I think she's really good, especially if you run a low monster count. Sometimes you'll be drawing a lot of continuous spells and traps, not enough monsters, and this card just gets you your monsters, so your continuous spells and traps don't end up being dead. So I really like it at 1. I would never run it at more than 1, just because it can brick. And so 8 monsters. Next up, I run 22 spells, so strap up your seatbelts, boys, because this is about to be a long one. I run 3 power dualities, staple, 3 diagrams, staple. This card's probably gonna get hit. I'm trying out builds with just 1. It's still good, but we'll see how the meta shapes up. 3 cards of mods, like diagram. I think this card's gonna get hit either 2 to 1. But this card's a really good card. It's staple. 3 of these disciples. This card helps you recycle and bring it back in the game without spending too much resources, and just drawing a free card is pretty nice. So it's a 3. 3 Draco Heritage. This card's also really good. It generates good card advantage, especially if you use it well. And you get yourself to draw 3 cards, so which is really good. You know what I mean? It's like a +2, +3 actually, because you still keep this card on the field. Also, I run 3 terraformings. This card's probably gonna get hit, like a Nosiju to 2, but that's fine. I mean, I think 2 would be fun. I really don't think this card deserves to get hit. I think his diagram deserves to get hit, but you know how the TCG usually follows the OCG, so we'll see. And for my 1-ups, I run 1 upstart. I really don't like Pot Desires. I don't have Pot Desires, but even if I did have Pot Desires, I don't think I'd run it, just because I hate banishing my cards. And in True Draco, there's no way you get back your banished cards. Once you banish it, it's gone forever. So I like upstart. 1 Monarch Star Force is only at 1. It's really good. I mean, it helps you get over non-targeting things and destruction, so that's why I run that one. 1 Regeki, border wipe. Sometimes, I know it might sound strange, but sometimes this deck does struggle against fields, even though you have your continuous traps that pop monsters. Sometimes you need a Regeki to clear the field. Same reasoning why I run Dark Hole. I think a lot of decks nowadays like to go first, so they could build like almost unbreakable boards. You could either spend 3 to 4 cards trying to break their board, or you could just run a Dark Hole. Same thing. I run 10 traps. I'll go my 3-ups first. Run 3, lose 1 turns. Now this was inspired by a famous duelist called Marcelo Barberi, I believe. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but he was running I believe 2 in his true Draco Demise deck when he ran it in Worlds. I really like how it came up and how it interacted against other decks, and it just forces your opponent not to attack that turn and also negates their effects. I think this card is the way to go, and kudos to him for implementing the idea or whatever. Well, I don't know who really started it, but I'm giving him credit. This card's really good. I think this is the better card to run instead of Monarch's Erupt, because Monarch's Erupt is very specific. You gotta have a Tribute Summon monster. Sometimes you break and you don't draw the Tribute Summon monster, or if they get rid of the Tribute Summon monster, the Monarch's Erupt dies. So this card is able to be efficient by itself and doesn't rely on other cards. The only requirement is at the time you activate this card, you can't have a special summon monster, which is fine. I mean, I know you're running return, but you just gotta time it correctly not to use return, special summon a monster while you have this, when you try and activate this. So I think the easier way to go. Wouldn't be a lot of games. I wouldn't take it out unless the meta changes or whatever, and I don't know. This card's really good. It should probably get hit, but let's run 3 of those. I run 3 True Kings Return. This card's really good. Monster Reborn, special summon to defense mode. Do it to end phase, do it during your semi phase or main phase. It's a free monster. It's a target for a diagram. The monster you bring out, and it just generates lots of advantage. I run 3 True Draco Apocalypse. This card's really good. You activate it in damage step. I learned that from Simo. Actually, Marcelo could actually won the finals game in Worlds if he would have known that. And since he activated during the damage step, no replay would have occurred, so he wouldn't have taken that much damage, and he would have won by life point advantage at the end of that turn. So this card's really good, and I like the fact that it's very versatile. You could, if you have this in Heritage, you can during your opponent's turn use this to pop Heritage to pop their spell and trap card. So it's like end phase or main phase 1, whatever you want to do it. Freaking battle phase, MST, and you could also, if you have another one, you could pop this. You use the effect to pop a True King Return, and pop a monster out and during their turn, and that corrects a lot of disruption. And not to mention, you can also tribute it, so you get another pop and tribute somebody's monster. So this card is really, really good. I like it a lot. I didn't realize how good it was until people explained it to me. 1 Imperial Order. I think the Imperial Order is still really good. You can shut it down pretty much whenever, just tribute summon a monster. And I don't run skill drain just because I don't like paying 1,000 life points, and I don't like negating my own monster effects. So, and really I have no room for skill drain. So, I like I said, I like lose 1 turn better. And Imperial Order is still a must-have. It's such a powerful card. You can just shut down your opponent. Like if your opponent has all green cards in their hand, and you activate this, and they don't got no Twin Twister, no MST, you pretty much win the game. So, alright, and that's my main deck. 40 cards, 8 monsters, 10 traps, 22 spells. Now on to my extra deck. Alright, for my extra deck, actually sometimes going into it, I can. I run Stellar, Paladimi, M7, Zenmayo, never went into it, both of them. Durangel, never went into it. Tiras, never went into it. Bulbasaurus went into it once, actually won my game against Landstorm. Gaia, Dragon Charger, never went into it. This Vampiric Dragon, never went into it, but he's good. One Exhibeetle, never went into it. He's really good too. Topic Beyond is really good. I think it's underrated, but I never went into it. Gauntlet Launcher, Ultimate. Never went into it, but I probably would have just because it's Ultimate. One Beatrice. Never went into it. I mean, it seems good in theory, but one Photon Strike Bouncer. Never went into it, but the burn damage is nice. Now to my side deck. I ran 3D barriers. This deck can get around with just calling anything and not affecting you at all, so that's why I run this. I run 2 anti-spell fragments just for the mirror or for against pendulums, because there's some pendulums in my logos. I run this and just poops on them. I run 2 Drowning Mirror Force. I think it's really underrated card. Some situations is better than Storming, Quaking, especially sometimes since you don't open up no monsters. They don't expect it from coming from this deck, so it's always catches them by surprise. 2 heavy Storm Dusters. I'm trying this card out. I mean, it was either this or Twin Twister, but I'm trying this out just because you don't have to discard one, and sometimes in True Draco, it's imperative that you don't discard one because it could lead to losing too much advantage. So I'm trying out these 2, and plus it doesn't conflict with the Imperial Order, so I could always still use Heavy Storm Duster. So it's really good. I'm trying out 3 Undeadly Nightmares. This card is really good. Won me a game against what was it? Pendulum Magicians or something like that. I don't know. Some tier 3 deck or whatever. Flip this pretty much. There was a cool combination that I did with this. I was trying to get rid of one of their monsters, and I had this on the field, and I had Apocalypse, so I just paid 1,000, popped my Apocalypse effect resolve to pop one of their monsters. At the cost of 1,000, it was just like a Regeki break or something. So it was really good. It also works on popping their scales, which is really essential too. So that card's really good. For my 1 spell left, I run 1 Dark Hole. You can't get enough board wipes. Dark Hole is the reason why this card was at 1 for the longest time. It's at 2 now, but it's just really good. 1 Saphion to be able to shuffle all your opponent's spells and trap cards back to your deck. It's pretty good. It helped me stall for 1 game against Magicians, but other than that, it didn't do much. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it in. On 1 Meteon, never seen it. I cited it in, but I never seen it, but it was really good. I think I would keep it in here. I don't think I've tried it, cited it in enough to realize whether this card's good or bad. So, but it's an easy normal summon, and it's pretty good. Alright, anyways, that's my deck profile for my Draco Demise. If you guys like what you saw, just leave a comment so I know to keep giving you more content like this, and thank you.